Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here, Skim Review for Summertime Render episode 17. We got a pretty chill episode this time. Starting off with, I guess, yeah. So we start the episode off with, Nagama Sensei in the bath, Ushio asking to touch her boobs, and really funny because just kind of like deadpan, just like, alright, do it. And so she kind of brings up she talks about how Heine like changed, like tells Nagama about them seeing her past with Heine, how she was like a regular cute little girl, she says, and then asks her like what could have caused her to change. She also says that Ushio says that she is the part of Heine that we saw like split off in that past. She says she thinks the body she has now was born from Heine because, she's curious about what'll happen if she like goes down that path, basically, or turns out like how Heine did. And so that's when Nagama pretty much says if that happens, then she'll kill her herself. And then we get a nice, not so nice scene, I guess, with the two Mios kind of talking to each other. Her shadow is like pointing out her flaws, basically saying that Mio hates herself because she's not like Ushio. Pretty much tells her that she should just step out of Ushio's shadow, confess to Shin, and just get it over with, basically, but she won't do it. Then we go over to So and his dad. He's telling him about his mom. Apparently couldn't allow her to be food for Heine, he says, so he cremated her. And so, told them a bunch of lies, like, about finding her a donor and things like that. And so, he tells So that the reason he thought he would be too much to bear is because, he says, thought it would be too much for you to bear. And then asked him if human life is valuable to him, and then So says, of course it is, and then he says, that's why. That's why he can tell him. He says, that's exactly why I thought it was impossible, because So values human life. But then, So tells him he wants to redeem himself to apologize to Tokiko, because she's the one who's been through the most of it. And then we go over to Tokiko and Shin. She pretty much brings up the fact, which is actually pretty true, that he hasn't slept. And who knows how long, because every time he loops, he's been awake the entire time. So we've never really seen a loop where he, like recently anyway, we've never seen a loop that goes past like nighttime. So he's just been like awake the entire time. And so he gets a chance to actually rest. Then we go to the night. Nezu tries to sneak out, but is caught by Ushio. We learn more about Nezu. He goes home. Ushio goes with him pretty much. We learn that he's had his wife's shadow trapped in his house the entire time, or in a garage or something. The reason being that she stepped out one day to go tend to the farm, but he had gotten copied when the whole Ryunosuke situation happened, and so the shadow of his wife came back and tried to get rid of him, copy him or whatever. And so she's freaking out now, and so Ushio inquisits that it's probably the same telepathy that drove Chitose crazy. It was probably sent to his wife. But Nezu wants to move on, basically, or ask Ushio to let him get closure, so he decides to, Ushio just walks out of the room, and then you hear the gunshot. allowing Nezu to finally bury his wife, I guess. Then we go over to Shide. He is with Nagoro. And so, yeah, we see him, like, absorb her. Then we see Shinpei with his hair down, which looks very different. And so, because more time has passed, he's gotten farther away from the edge. Because he's managed to get through, like, a full day, I guess, or something. And so, yeah, then we get this whole other kind of thing. We got two groups. So we got the Ushio group and the other side. So Shinpei and Ushio go looking around for shadows. Ushio gets her hair back because of Mio finding some of the originals, like, strands of hair that were, like, in the house still. So, yeah, Ushio gets her hair back. And, yeah, they head out. They go to this teacher they had, and they call her Buchi, because it's like Hito Buchi or something like that was her name. And then we get a little flashback of Ushio and Shin as children. Ushio ends up, like, beating these two kids up for bad-mouthing her, calling her a foreigner or something like that, because she has blonde hair. And this teacher steps in and tells her, yeah, about being weak and strong and things like that. And, yeah. Tells her that her hands weren't made to hurt others, so shouldn't use violence to solve a situation. But, yeah. And then in the present, Shinpei says, but when she got angry, she was scary. So they follow this shadow signal out to the forest where, yeah, it's Buchi's shadow attacking these children. So they save the kids, take care of Buchi's shadow, and, yeah. And then they call Nagumo and inform her of the situation. We get this weird little moment with Ushio having, like, a Heine moment where they find this, for that, they find a foreigner who's been killed in the forest, because they notice, like, some blood trail, and so Ushio uses that to, like, I guess, scans it and finds out all this stuff, that she came from Osaka, and she's not a native of the island, and so, yeah. It says in order to heal her wounds, Heine is consuming more people than usual. Then we go and, like, we see Ushio with, like, this red eye saying that Heine is being dumb because her original body and Shiori's bodies are gone. So no matter how much she eats, she's never gonna, like, heal, basically. Then, yeah, they send the kids off to somewhere. Yeah. Meet up with Tetsu and get an explanation of some other stuff. And ends the episode off with Shinpei meeting Karakiri. And so, yeah, leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews, and I'll see you later. So, yeah.